Istanbul 2020 was a bid for the 2020 Summer Olympics by the city of Istanbul and the Turkish Olympic Committee. History. Applicant city phase. The Turkish Olympic Committee announced the selection of Istanbul as Turkey's candidate on July 7, 2011. Turkey's candidacy was announced officially by Prime Minister Erdogan on August 13, 2011. Hasan Arat, who heads Istanbul 2020 bid committee, is optimistic about the city's fifth bid, stating that over the past several years the city has seen the development of new venues and infrastructure improvements. He stated that Turkey's fast-growing economy can also greatly benefit the bid. In January 2012, Istanbul 2020 sent a delegation to the 2012 Winter Youth Olympics in Innsbruck to help promote the bid. In March 2012, Istanbul successfully hosted the 2012 IAAF World Indoor Championships, which is seen as a positive step forward for Istanbul's bid to host the 2020 Olympics. In March 2012, Prime Minister Tayyip Erdogan stated that Turkey is also interested in bidding to host the 2020 UEFA European Football Championship. Turkey bid to host UEFA Euro 2016 but lost to France by 1 vote. In April 2012, Turkey submitted a bid to host the UEFA Euro 2020 Championship. Istanbul 2020 has stated that the Olympic bid still has the support of the government. On May 8, 2012, IOC President Jacques Rogge stated that if Istanbul is awarded the 2020 Olympics that they would have to withdraw as hosts of UEFA Euro 2020. IOC rules state that an Olympic host nation may not host another major sporting event in the country in the same year as the Olympics. While it initially looked like Turkey would be the sole bidder for UEFA Euro 2020, 2 other bids for the event have also been submitted. A joint bid among Ireland, Scotland and Wales was submitted. In addition, a bid from Azerbaijan and Georgia was also submitted. Candidate city phase. On May 23, 2012, the IOC selected Istanbul as a candidate city for the 2020 Summer Olympics. Right after being shortlisted as a candidate city, it was announced that the vice president of the Turkish Olympic Committee, Hasan Arat, will serve as the head of Istanbul's bid for the 2020 Olympics. In July 2012, the bid received the endorsement of American Olympic gold medalist Mark Spitz, who won a total of 9 Olympic gold medals between 1968 and 1972. The Prime Minister of Turkey, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, attended the London 2012 Olympics. At the end of May 2012, it was announced that a third bridge over the Bosphorus would be built. This bridge will help to ease traffic in the city should Istanbul be successful in being awarded the 2020 Olympics. The bridge is set to open by 2015 and was part of the original application. The Istanbul Metro has 58 stations in service, with 23 more under construction. It was announced in December 2012 that the UEFA Euro 2020 Championship would be held throughout Europe rather than being held among 1 or 2 host nations. This decision therefore eliminated the potential conflict Turkey would have had due to that fact they had bids to host the Olympics and the UEFA Championship in the same year. In December 2012, Istanbul hosted the 2012 FINA Short Course World Championships at the Erdem Dome. Istanbul 2020 submitted the candidature file to the IOC on January 7, 2013. The IOC Evaluation Commission visited Istanbul from March 24 to March 27, 2013. On March 25, Istanbul 2020 revealed the bid slogan, "Bridge Together." The slogan represents how Istanbul is a city that is located on 2 continents. In April 2013, Tokyo 2020 chairman Naoki Inose created controversy when he made a comment that was seen as a criticism of Istanbul and a bid for the 2020 Summer Olympics. Inos was quoted saying, "Well, compare the two countries where they have yet to build infrastructure, very sophisticated facilities. So from time to time, like Brazil, I think it's good to have a venue for the first time. But Islamic countries, the only thing they share in common is Allah, and they are fighting with each other, and they have classes. Criticizing rival bids are forbidden under IOC rules." Following Inos's statement, Tokyo 2020 made a statement saying that they have the utmost respect for all candidate cities and have always taken pride in bidding in a spirit based on the Olympic values of excellence, respect and friendship. Quote, Inos apologized for his comments a few days later and stated that he was fully committed to respecting IOC rules. In June 2013, Istanbul Metro Topaz gave an interview expressing concern that the police's actions following an anti-government protest would jeopardize Istanbul's bid to host the 2020 Summer Olympics, saying, "As Istanbul's mayor going through such an event, the fact that the whole world watched saddens me. How will we explain it? With what claims will we host the 2020 Olympic Games?" Istanbul 2020 released a statement saying that, despite these recent events, all sections of Turkey remain united in our dream to host our nation's first ever Olympic and Paralympic Games in 2020. IOC President Jacques Rogge stated that these events would not negatively impact the city's bid. IOC presidential candidate Thomas Bach also stated that he did not believe that these events would hurt the bid. The president of the NOCT, Igor Erdner, stated that these events would strengthen the bid. Turkey Daily Press reported that an anonymous IOC member from Europe stated that the protests, which have seen police brutality against peaceful protesters, was a big blow to Istanbul's bid. The 2020 IOC Evaluation Commission report on the candidate cities for the 2020 Summer Olympics was released on June 25. Istanbul 2020 gave a presentation of the bid to the IOC at an extraordinary session in Lausanne in July 2013. Mersin hosted the 2013 Mediterranean Games from June 20 to June 30, 2013. Turkey hosted the 2013 FIFA U20 World Cup from June 21 to July 13, 2013. 125th IOC session. The host city of the 2020 Summer Olympics was elected at the 125th IOC session in Buenos Aires, Argentina on September 7, 2013. Tokyo competed against Madrid and Istanbul in the election and finished second, with Tokyo ultimately being elected as the host city. Outlook, conclusion and future. Istanbul's bid was considered to have been damaged by the 2013 protests in Turkey, doping scandals, as well as the 2011 Turkish football corruption scandal. Following Istanbul's failure to secure the 2020 Olympics, Turkey launched a bid to host the semi-finals and final of UEFA Euro 2020 at Istanbul's Ataturk Olympic Stadium. Previous bids. Turkey has yet to host an Olympic Games. Istanbul has made 5 previous bids for the Summer Games. The city was a candidate for the 2000 Games, which were awarded to Sydney. It bid again for 2004, which were held in Athens, but failed to become a candidate city. It became a candidate for 2008 but lost to Beijing. The Turkish city's most recent bid was for the 2012 Games, but it failed to become a candidate. London was awarded the 2012 Games. Istanbul lost to Tokyo for 2020. Tokyo was awarded the 2020 Games. Overview. Istanbul hosted the knockout stage of the 2010 Basketball World Championship as well as the final. Istanbul was chosen as European Capital of Sports for 2012. The 2011 WTA Tour Championships and 2012 EuroLeague Final Four will be hosted in Istanbul. The Abdi İpekçi Arena hosted the final of Eurobasket 2001, and was also the venue for the 1992 EuroLeague Final Four. The venue also hosted 2004 Eurovision Song Contest. Venues would have been located in 4 zones and 7 clusters around the city. The Olympic City zone on the European side and the Olympic City cluster would have included Atatürk Olympic Stadium and would have been home to the Olympic Village, with the Esenler cluster of facilities just west of the main stadiums. The coastal zone along the Sea of Marmara would have included the Ataköy cluster around Ataköy Athletics Arena and the Sulcus Dome, while the Old City cluster would have included cycle and triathlon facilities. The Bosphorus zone would have had the Taksim cluster on the European side and the Port cluster on the Asian side, including Sucru Sarıkaglu Stadium. The final zone was the forest zone around Belgrade Forest in the north part of the European side, where facilities would have included archery, volleyball, and rowing. Turk Telekom Arena, Atatürk Olympic Stadium and Sucru Sarıkaglu Stadium, which were built or renovated in the first decade of the 21st century, are 3 UEFA elite stadiums in Istanbul. Atatürk Olympic Stadium hosted UEFA Champions League final in 2005, and Sucru Sarıkaglu Stadium hosted the UEFA Cup final in 2009. There are also plans to construct a stadium which would have been used for the opening and closing ceremonies as well as for marathons. Fenerbahçe International Sports Complex Sulcus Sports Arena, the newest multi-purpose indoor arena in Istanbul, opened on January 25, 2012 with the inaugural Fenerbahçe E7 Emporio Armani basketball match of the EuroLeague 2011-12 Top 16. In 2012, Sulcus Dome hosted the 2011-12 EuroLeague Final Four matches and the final phase of the 2010 FIBA World Championship. Atatürk Olympic Stadium, Athletics. Sulcus Dome, Basketball. Ülker Sports Arena, Volleyball. Abdi İpekçi Arena, Handball. Sucru Sarıkaglu Stadium, Football. Turk Telekom Arena, Football. BJK İnönü Stadium, Rugby. Ataköy Arena, Sailing. Ataköy Athletics Arena, Judo, Taekwondo. Harbiye Congress Auditorium, Weightlifting. Old City Zone, Marathon, Race Walks, Cycling. Belgrade Forest, Canoe Kayak, Cycling, Golf. Altınkapi Marina, Triathlon. Ataköy Velodrome, Cycling. Ikiteli Olympic City Zone, Boxing, Gymnastics, Table Tennis, Badminton, Hockey, Tennis, Aquatics Center, Water Polo, Olympic Village, Media Village, International Broadcasting Center, Bosphorus Zone Opening and AMP Closing Ceremonies, Archery, Beach Volley, Canoe Kayak, Rowing, Swimming Marathon, Esenler Sport Park, National Equestrian Center, National Shooting Area, Olympic Fencing Center, Modern Pentathlon. Accommodations. According to the data of the Association of the Touristic Hotels and Investors of the Republic of Turkey, at the end of 2010, 766 accommodation establishments of different categories in Istanbul had the total of 46,652 rooms and 93,299 beds. Bed capacity alone was sufficient to accommodate the annual volume of 10 million tourists. At the same time, another 51 new hotels were at various stages of development at the end of 2010, bringing another 9,512 rooms and 19,800 beds to the already existing capacity. With the completion of these new hotels, Istanbul's accommodation capacity will will have reached, within a few years, the total of 817 hotels, 56,164 rooms and 113,990 beds, as the 9th most visited city in the world and the 9th most popular congress destination in the world. Istanbul also serves as a strong and established magnet for the international hotel chains, hosting, as of September 2015, 106 operating international chain hotels, with further 31 such hotels scheduled to open before late 2017. In 2013, Istanbul was selected the best holiday destination in Europe. Logo Istanbul 2020's official bid logo was revealed by Prime Minister Recep Tayyip Erdogan on July 22, 2012 after an online voting process between 5 potential logos. The logo combines the outline of a tulip, a traditional symbol of the city, with elements of the Istanbul skyline centered around the Maiden's Tower. The top part represents the European side of the city, while the bottom reflects the Asian side, which are divided by the Bosphorus. The colors are orange, which reflects the color of sunset in the city, and turquoise, which is connected to Turkish culture. Bid sponsors Digitur, Sulcus Holding, Koç Holding, Sabancı Holding, Turkcell, Turkish Airlines, Ulka.